Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy King Killer back here today with another video. Thank you guys for dropping by. So in today's video, we are back with another challenge, and in this challenge, we are taking players with some of the worst contracts in the league and putting them all on one team and seeing how good this team can be. And real quick, before I do go ahead and move on with the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the love and support you guys showed on the last video I uploaded. It's almost at 1,000 views in under 24 hours, and that doesn't really happen to me that often, so I just want to take the time to say thank you guys so much. And I want to continue growing, so if you guys could do me a favor, let's run this channel up to 1K. I'm trying to hit it by the end of this month. I know we can do it. And if you guys could go ahead and drop a like on the video as well, and tell a friend to subscribe as well as you subscribing, I'd greatly appreciate that. So yeah, taking a look at the players on this team, everybody on here is on a bad contract. And I mean, a lot of these players are still pretty good players, but I just think for how much they get paid and how they perform, it doesn't really match up. And I feel like a lot of these players are overpaid. And a lot of these players are honestly finessers because they either played really good in a contract year and either stood the same or fell off after that. And some of these players are actually a little bit better finessers because they got paid by a team and then got traded to another team, like Ben Simmons. He got paid by Philly and then he got traded to Brooklyn. Rudy Gobert got paid by the Jazz and then got traded to Minnesota. And I believe Devontae Graham actually signed with the Hornets, but I think he got traded in like a sign and trade deal to the Pelicans. But either way, he still got paid 36 mil for 3 years, so 11 mil a season. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna talk about why I think a lot of these players are overpaid. So Rudy Gobert, 40 mil a season pretty much, just to be one-dimensional. He only is good in defense in the post. If it's on the perimeter, he's getting cooked. On offense, he doesn't really have any post moves. He can't shoot the ball, he can't hit a free throw, he can't hit a three ball. So pretty much you're paying him 40 mil to just protect the paint. Tobias Harris isn't a bad player whatsoever, but for the third or fourth best player on the team, he is making the most money. So he is getting paid more than Joel Embiid, he's getting paid more than James Harden, and he's even getting paid more than Tyrese Maxey. So a lot of these guys who are number one or number two options, he's actually getting paid more money than those one or two options. Ben Simmons, I don't even have to say nothing. You already know what's going on with Ben Simmons. He just hasn't been it. He just hasn't been living up to the contract. They say it's his confidence. They say it's his injuries. I don't really know, but definitely getting overpaid for what he is doing this season. Gordon Hayward is another guy that he actually finessed the Hornets twice because he got 2 max contracts from the Hornets, and he's just pretty much been an average player. He hasn't really done anything special, hasn't made an all-star game, hasn't done an all-NBA team. So pretty much just an average player, and he's getting paid about 30 mil. Kyle Lowry is another player that got overpaid, especially it didn't really make sense why the Heat signed him to like that big of a contract. Pretty much 30 mil a season when he was, I believe, 35 because he signed the contract last year, I think. And it just didn't make sense. I don't know why. I mean, I guess for championship experience, and then they kind of thought they were going to be getting somebody else, but Kyle Lowry, for what he's been doing this season, just isn't worth near $30 million. Joe Harris is another player who has a big contract, not the worst out of all of these guys, but definitely not the best, not one that you want to give. I mean, 18 mil, close to 19 mil, and he's pretty much just a shooter. He's not really there to play defense. He's not really there to rebound, not really there to be a playmaker. He's pretty much a shooter, and I mean, 19 mil to be a shooter, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could find cheaper options with all that money that you're giving them. Devontae Graham is another player that I think he got overpaid, even though it's only 11 mil, but he is a streaky shooter, seeing his career high, seeing his career field goal percentage, 37% from the field and 35% from deep. Not the best, but then again, like I said, it's not the worst contract compared to these other guys. And then Richaun Holmes is another player, same thing, only 11 mil, but it's not the worst contract on here. But the reason I put him on this team is because he's getting paid 11 mil to pretty much ride the bench as he's falling out of the rotation in Sacramento and he's just not playing anymore. So they're pretty much paying him 11 mil to just sit down. Evan Fournier is another player. I didn't even have to trade for him. I just went ahead and picked the Knicks randomly and then he was on the team. But he's another guy that they are paying 18 mil a year and he is not playing whatsoever. He only played that first season and he averaged about 14 points. And after that, he really hasn't been playing that much. He's even come out and said that like it's rare when he plays, so he's happy when he does play. So pretty much he's getting paid 18 mil to ride the bench. I wish I had that job. I wish I had this man's job. And then the final player on this team, Duncan Robinson. Oh man, after that, I remember this. It's a story time right now. So I remember 2020 playoffs. This is when COVID happened. So I was inside the house for like, a couple months because I couldn't really go out. And I remember watching the the Eastern Conference Finals, Boston against Miami. This man just lit us up every single time he touched the ball. I thought we were playing against Steph Curry. I swear I thought we were playing against Steph Curry because this man just used to hit everything. And this was the year that they beat us and they went to the finals. And I believe it was after that year they gave him a contract extension. After that contract extension, he just completely fell off. As you guys see, his 3-point percentage and field goal percentage went down, but it was still not that bad. And then after that year though, 39% from the field, 37% from deep. I mean, 37 isn't bad. And then this year, you can't see the stats right now because I'm not using start today. I'm starting from the regular season, the beginning. But I don't think he's been shooting that well either, and I know he hasn't really been playing that much. So definitely not what they paid for when they gave him this contract extension. And yeah, so that's pretty much gonna be our team. We are gonna have to go ahead and run with this, and let's see how far we can get with this team. I'm hoping we can make the playoffs. I think that won't be a problem. It's just trying to win a championship will be hard with this team because, like I said, we don't really got too many good players on this team, too many all-star type players on this team. But I think we can make something work and maybe make a deep playoff push. Alright, so for season number 1 with this team, we got Kyle Lowry, Gordon Hayward, Tobias Harris, Joe Harris, Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, we got Ben Simmons, Devontae Graham, Richaun Holmes, Duncan Robinson, and Evan Fournier. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, what are we going to run under Tom Thibodeau? We can go ahead and run, I guess we could run 7 seconds. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies for these players, Rudy Gobert could go up to like a 55. Tobias Harris can definitely go up. He's going to be one of our leading scorers. He could go up to like an 85. Ben Simmons can go up to like a 70. Gordon Hayward can go up to like a 75. Kyle Lowry could go up to like a 65. Joe Harris can definitely go up to like a 65. Devontae Graham can go up to like a 60. Richaun Holmes can go up to like a 55. Derek Favors won't be playing for us. Evan Fournier could stay at a 60, and then Duncan Robinson can go up to like a 60. He could go up to like a 70. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the first 3 games of the season, seeing how good this team can go. And we lose the first one, we lose the second, and we actually win the third game. Okay, not too bad. We're starting off the year 1-2, so the first game of the season, Tobias Harris dropped 21 points and Joe Harris with 19. In the second game, which we did lose, Gordon Hayward led the way with 21 and then Tobias Harris with 16. He actually fouled out in 15 minutes. Okay, not what we want to see. And then in the third game against the Magic, we ended up winning as Tobias Harris dropped 27, Devontae Graham with 20, and then Rudy Gobert with 19 points. So I'm hoping I can see this team making like the play-in tournament. If we get lucky, we can avoid it and be like a 6 seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and simulate, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 1. Alright, so at the end of season number 1, Luka winning MVP, Paolo winning Rookie of the Year, Malcolm Brogdon winning 6th Man, Nicholas Claxton winning Defensive Player of the Year, Sengun winning Most Improved, and then Quinn Snyder winning Coach of the Year. Taking a look at the All-NBA teams, I highly doubt we get anybody on here, but fingers crossed that maybe we get lucky. We do not. What about an all-defensive team? We do not get nobody. So taking a look at where we finished, we ended up going... okay, so we made the play-in tournament barely. We went 37-45, good enough for the 10th seed in the East, and we have a shot of making the playoffs. So I will definitely take that in year number 1. And taking a look at some of the player stats, Tobias Harris led the way with about 20 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists. Was he efficient? Oh yeah, 52% from the field and then 42% from deep. I will definitely take that. The next highest player was Gordon Hayward with about 13 points. Was he efficient? Oh, he was not efficient at all. Gordon Hayward with about 40% from the field, 30% from the 3, 78% from the free throw line. Not who I want as my second option on this team. Joe Harris with about 12 points. Was he efficient? Okay, 42%, not the best, but 40% from deep, I would definitely take that, and he averaged about 12 points. Ben Simmons with about 12, 6.5, and almost 5 assists with over a steal a night. I will definitely take that. Rudy Gobert with about 11 and 11, not too bad, and he did have over 2 blocks a night. Kyle Lowry with about 11 points and 7 assists. Was he efficient? No, not really. Not really. Okay. Almost 35% from deep, though. I will take that. Not too bad. Duncan Robinson with about 9.5. He shot over 42% and he did shoot over 40% from deep, so I will take that. Devontae Graham with about 8.5. He wasn't efficient either. Evan Fournier with about 7.5 points. He wasn't too bad shooting the ball, honestly. Almost 45% and then 37% from deep. I will definitely take that. And then Rashawn Holmes with about 6 and 4.5 rebounds. And yeah, so we were good enough to make the play-in tournament. So we are taking on the Detroit Pistons. I don't really think I want to make any changes to the road. You know what, we could go ahead and we could go down a little bit. Joe Harris, why not? He get like 2 more minutes. So we are going to go ahead and simulate this game, seeing if we make the playoffs. And I'm actually going to go ahead and simulate the entire play-in tournament. So do we get in? We do not, but we did beat the Detroit Pistons. We ended up winning by 1 point. Tobias Harris with 25, 9, and 5, and then Kyle Lowry with 19 and 9. But we did lose to the Brooklyn Nets. We did trade them Julius Randle, so we did get Ben Simmons, but we did end up losing by about 17 points. Tobias Harris with 21, and then Gordon Hayward with 17. So honestly, I will definitely take this. Not bad in the first season, as we did make the play-in tournament. And we did technically win a game in this postseason. So now we have to go ahead in season 2. I'm looking to improve. So I'm hoping a lot of these guys can step it up, because obviously we can't trade for nobody. This is going to be the team that we run with, as the Boston Celtics win and Jason Tatum is your finals MVP. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to simulate to the second season, and I will catch you guys. Alright, so for the start of season number 2, this is what the rotation is looking like. We got Kyle Lowry, Gordon Hayward, Joe Harris, Tobias Harris, Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, we got Ben Simmons, Devontae Graham, Rashawn Holmes, Duncan Robinson, and Evan Fournier. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, is anything better than 3 stars? No, nothing is, so we will go ahead and stick with 7 seconds at 3 stars. And then taking a look at the shot tendencies, Rudy Gobert could go up to like a 60, Tobias Harris could go up to like a 90, and we could go ahead and give him a little bit more touches as well. Ben Simmons can go up to like a 70. We can go ahead and give Gordon Hayward, honestly we can lower Gordon Hayward a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and try to trust Ben Simmons on this, as we will give him a 75 shot tendency. Kyle Lowry could go up to like a 65, Joe Harris could go up to a 65, Devontae Graham could go up to like a 60, Rashawn Holmes could go up to a 55. Derek Favors won't be playing, but Evan Fournier could go up to like a 60, and Duncan Robinson could drop down to like a 65. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the first 3 games once again, hoping we could have a better season than last, as we did start off winning the first game. We lost the second, and then we do go ahead and lose the third game. So the first game of the season, we did win by 2 points, as Ben Simmons led the way with 29, 6, 4, and 5, and then Joe Harris was second, leading with 17 points. In the second game, we lost to the Cavaliers, as Gordon Hayward dropped 19 and Rudy Gobert had 17. And then in the third game of the season, we did lose to the Heat by 15 points. Devontae Graham with 19 and Joe Harris with 18. So I'm hoping we could make another push to try to be a playoff contender. Maybe not a contender. I actually should have reworded that differently, but I'm hoping we can make it maybe like as the 6th seed if we're lucky. If not, I'm hoping we can at least improve from the 10th seed that we did last year, and I'm hoping to have a better record overall. So we are going to go ahead and simulate, and I will catch you guys at the end of season number 2. Alright, so at the end of season number 2, Darius Garland winning MVP, Victor winning Rookie of the Year, Ben Simmons winning 6th Man of the Year. Let's go, averaging about 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Definitely take that. Anthony Davis winning Defensive Player of the Year, LaMelo Ball winning Most Improved, and then JB Bickerstaff winning Coach of the Year. Taking a look at the All-NBA teams, do we get somebody on here? No, we do not get anybody. What about an all-defensive team? We do not get anybody. So taking a look at where we finished, I'm hoping we did better than last season. Actually no, we did worse. So we finished 34 and 48. So we were good enough for the, well, not even good enough, we were bad enough for the 13th spot in the East. I kind of thought maybe we would have had better luck, but I guess not. Alright, that's cool. Taking a look at the players' stats for the season, Tobias Harris stepping it up a little bit, 22 points, 6 rebounds. Ben Simmons stepping it up, 14.5 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists, and almost 2 steals a night, as he did win 6th Man of the Year. Joe Harris with about 13 points. Was he efficient at least? I mean, pretty much almost the same thing as last season, honestly. Gordon Hayward with about 13 points and 5 assists. Was he better? I mean, yeah, he was better, not by a lot, but definitely improving. Rudy Gobert with about 11 and 11. over 2 blocks a night. I mean, that's pretty much what you're gonna get from him. Devontae Graham with about 11 points. Okay, he definitely stepped it up. Devontae Graham shooting 45% from the field and 39% from deep, also 85% from the free throw line. I will definitely take that. Kyle Lowry with about 10 and 7. Oh, he did worse. How do you do? Oh, man, look at this. From 39 he dropped to 34. From 34 he dropped to 33. Oh, Kyle Lowry, you know what? I think we might bench him. Next season. Rashawn Holmes with about 7 and 4. I mean, yeah, for 60% from the field and 53% from deep. How many threes did he take? Okay, he only took 15. I didn't even know he could really shoot threes like that. Duncan Robinson with about 5.5 points. Just not what Miami was expecting and not what I was expecting either. And then Evan Fournier with about 5 points. Not really good efficiency. So we don't make the playoffs. So for the next season, as I am going to give myself one more season, I just want to make a deep playoff run. I mean, if we could get past the first round, I think I'll call that a success. If we could go further, I mean, great. As we do have the Celtics and Rockets in the finals, and the Boston Celtics end up winning the championship in back-to-back years. Jason Tatum is your finals MVP. So I'm going to go ahead and I will be changing up the starting lineup. I think Ben Simmons will probably be starting, and I think Devontae Graham might be our new 6-man. So I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys at the start of season number 3 with the new rotation. Alright, so for the final season of this challenge, we got Devontae Graham, Gordon Hayward, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, we got Joe Harris, Rashawn Holmes, Kyle Lowry, Evan Fournier, and Duncan Robinson. Taking a look at system proficiency for this team, we are all the way up to 3.5 stars with 7 seconds, so we are making a little bit of an improvement, as we will go ahead and stick with that. And then taking a look at some of these shot tendencies, Tobias Harris could go up to like a 90. Rudy Gobert could go up to like a 65. Actually, he could go up to like a 70. Why not? Ben Simmons can go ahead and go up to like an 80. We could go ahead and give some of these touches up just a little bit. Devontae Graham could go up to like a 70 as well. Rashawn Holmes can go up to like a 60. Gordon Hayward could drop a little bit to like a 65. Joe Harris will be our 6-man, so he could go up to like a 75. And Ben McLemore will be playing for us. Evan Fournier could go up to like a 60. Kyle Lowry could go ahead and go down a little bit to a 60, and then Duncan Robinson could go up to a 65. So big year for us, as I at least want to get past the first round in this video. So we are going to go ahead and simulate the first 3 games of the season, as we do lose the first 2, and then we do go ahead and lose all 3 to start off the season. So not too good, as Tobias Harris led the way with 23 and Ben Simmons with only 11 in the first game. The second game we get blown out once again. Tobias Harris with 21 and Ben Simmons with 17. And then in the third game we only lost by 11 to the Mavericks. Tobias Harris with 28, Ben Simmons with 21, and then Rudy Gobert with 18 and 12. So I'm honestly not too sure how we're gonna do this year. I'm kind of scared to go ahead and simulate, but I will do it, and I will go ahead and catch you guys at the end of season number 3. Alright, so at the end of season number 3, Jason Tatum winning MVP, Isaiah winning Rookie of the Year, Collins winning 6-man, Victor winning Defensive Player of the Year, and then Anthony Black winning Most Improved. Taking a look at the All-NBA team, I will be very shocked if we have anybody on here, as we do get Ben Simmons on an All-NBA third team. Okay, I was not expecting that. Let's go. So maybe we did finish with a good seed this year. What about an all-defensive team, or am I stretching it a little bit? Yeah, nobody is on the all-defensive team. So taking a look at where we finished on the year. Oh no, maybe I spoke too soon. No, we end up missing the playoffs, and we are the worst team. We tied for the worst team. 25 and 57. How did the Bucks go 25 and 57? They must have lost Giannis. No, they actually have him. No way. They only won 25 games with Giannis on the team. That is actually crazy. Well, they did lose Chris Middleton, but still, that is actually crazy. A Giannis team is 25 and 57. But I was expecting a good year, especially since we did have Ben Simmons on an All-NBA team. I was like, maybe we did do good. Maybe we finished like as a 5th seed or 6th seed. But we did not. So we are taking a look at the stats. Tobias Harris with 21.5 points, 5.5 boards, and 3 assists. Ben Simmons 16, 8, almost 7 assists, over 2 steals a night. I mean, not bad. Maybe we should have been starting Ben Simmons over I don't even know who he was starting over. I think Joe Harris. I think Joe Harris was in the starting lineup. Devontae Graham with about 14 points a night and almost 6.5 assists. Yo, so okay, so he shot 37, then he went all the way up to 45. I give him a bigger roll and he says, nah, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and shoot 39% from the field, 34% from deep too. Not what I wanted to see. I thought he was gonna have a bigger year. Rudy Gobert, 12.5 points, almost 11 rebounds, so over 2 blocks a night. I mean, yeah, that's a Rudy Gobert stat line. Joe Harris with about 11 points. He couldn't shoot either in his final year. Gordon Hayward with about 9.5 points. Still couldn't really shoot. Rashawn Holmes with about 7.5 and 5.5. Duncan Robinson with about 5.5. Kyle Lowry with about 5, and then Evan Fournier with almost 5 points a night. Just not what I was expecting from this team. And honestly, I kind of did expect after our first season, I thought maybe we could have like a nice playoff push, but we did not, as we do end up making the playoffs. Well, we didn't even make the playoffs. We made the play-in tournament the first year, and then these next 2 years we did not make it, as the Boston Celtics end up winning the championship and Jason Tatum is your finals MVP. They just three-peated. But anyways, guys, that's gonna go and that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to let me know by dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, link will be down below. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time. Stay safe. Peace.